Now to the news, a man in Portland accused of murdering his roommate expected in a courtroom this morning. 49-year-old Dominguez Nobrega is expected to appear for a motions hearing in Cumberland County. This after multiple delayed proceedings, a refusal to appear over jail attire, and a psychological exam. Nobrega is charged with fatally stabbing his roommate Matthew Merrick back in 2024. Police found Merrick's body at the apartment that the two men shared on Marshall Street. Nobrega was arrested just a couple days later. Today's hearing is scheduled for 8:30 this morning.
A man from Lewiston charged in connection with the death of his stepson is also expected to appear in court this morning. Robert McCoy was arrested last year after police found 4-year-old Jasper Smith at his apartment with a gunshot wound to the head. He died later at a hospital. McCoy was charged with manslaughter and endangering the welfare of a child. In a criminal complaint, a state police detective said he believed the boy somehow got access to McCoy's gun and accidentally fired it. The Department of Health and Human Services had reportedly visited the home at least 7 times before the incident. That hearing will take place at 9 a.m.
A pedestrian recovering in a hospital this morning after being hit by a car in Mechanic Falls. Police say this happened Saturday night on Pleasant Street. The pedestrian was stabilized at the scene, then got taken to Central Maine Med. Mechanic Falls Police Department is investigating the cause of the crash that happened there.
Firefighters say they spent hours battling a brush fire in Orono on Saturday, only to be called back to the same area early the next morning. Crews first responded to Havasu Road around 9:30 on Saturday night and remained on the scene until about 1:45 on Sunday morning. But then just hours later, they were called back. That was around 6:30 to put out some hot spots. The fire burned about half an acre in a remote area with limited access. A number of fire stations assisted, including crews from Milford, VZ, and the Maine Forest Service.
Meanwhile, the fire department in Naples is reminding boaters to keep their life jackets and extinguishers on board. This after a boat caught fire Saturday afternoon, forcing everybody on board to jump into the water. Firefighters say a passing jet skier extinguished most of the flames before they got there. The passengers were picked up by a passing boat. Crews towed the burnt boat to a nearby beach. It got removed, and fortunately nobody was hurt here.
Well, stormy days like this one often take down trees, and there's an ongoing effort to plant more to replace them in Portland.
Yeah, about 200 of them planted every year, but that's often not even enough to make up for the number of trees that die because of diseases and pests and storms. Our Katie Delaney live in Portland this morning. Tell us about a plan to fix that. Hey, Katie.
Good morning, Lee and Sharon. Portland is home to around 20,000 street trees. Neighborhoods like the West End here have a lot of tree coverage, but others are lacking, and the city wants to fill those gaps. Bayside, for example, is 10 degrees hotter than it should be, according to the Portland Parks Conservancy. That's because there's a lot of pavement that absorbs heat and not enough greenery there to counteract that. Trees, beyond just looking nice, cool the air down and reduce air pollution. By creating an urban forest master plan, the Portland Parks Conservancy and the city want to prioritize planting trees where they're needed most so everyone can experience the benefits of a tree canopy.
It's part of our identity as a city, and we want to make sure we're preserving it and actually growing it. So this plan will create a roadmap for how we're doing that, where we're doing it, and how to support it, get the resources to support it.
And the city is looking for community input on the plan. There's a public information session at noon today over Zoom. There's another one on Wednesday at 5 p.m. There's also a survey, so you can share your thoughts. The links to all of those can be found at portlandmaine.gov/UFMP. Live in Portland, Katie Delaney, News Center Maine.